Hi there, everybody, and a very warm welcome to the Patricia-Iris-Kerins-Show. And I'm so glad you could make it tonight, making the time to spend some time just for you, with you, to hear hopefully some words of wisdom, something that might help you be happier and occupy your life more fully. Tonight's subject is the last in the relationship series, and it's billed as the relationship with your significant other and how to really improve that. So let's just think about the term significant other. I wonder what that means for you. I think a lot of people immediately think of, well, my partner or my husband or my wife or somebody else, a close friend, something like that. And then a lot of other metaphysicians might say, well, okay, the most important relationship in your life is the one you have with you. And all of the above might be and is, I'm sure, absolutely true. But you know, I feel there's another very significant relationship that perhaps we underestimate at times. To some degree, we take it for granted, and perhaps we don't nourish it and feed it as much as we could to help it grow and blossom. So that made me get to thinking, getting into the old what ifs. What if the most important, significant other in your life could simply be the universe? The universe that is listening to every word you say, it's hearing and feeling all of your thoughts, and it's feeling your feelings, all of that, and it's responding to that absolutely beautifully. So much so that if you feel, well, I'm not being treated very well, life isn't going very well, that kind of thing, it is about going within to look and see how you are treating yourself, because as we know, the universe is one big, huge mirror, and it's always reflecting everything back right at you, as they say. But you know, I must tell you this story. This is epic. This only happened yesterday. I, in the morning, had been meditating. And I had recently been to a therapist who was finding out what all my intolerances are, that kind of thing. And also she spotted a magnesium deficiency. And she said to me, Patricia, what you need to be doing is just soaking your feet in a little Epsom salts, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And that way you'll absorb magnesium. Perfect. So that was great. I loved that bit of information. And yesterday in meditation, I was thinking, I really must get some Epsom salts. And then I thought, well, hang on a minute, let's just communicate. Let me just put that out to the universe. Universe, I am needing Epsom salts. I want to bathe my feet, and I really need to be doing that. Now, I did my meditation and I didn't think much more about it. You'll be thinking that's a funny kind of meditation, but sometimes things just come into me, and that's what happened. So then in the afternoon, I was expecting a beautiful student of mine. She's studying the Viva Love part with me. And she was bang on time, 2 o'clock, knock on the door, in she came, and she had quite a package with her. She said, oh, this is all for you. And first thing out was a beautiful bag of Thornton's chocolates, always extremely acceptable. And then the second thing, wait for it, big bag of Epsom salts. So, you know, I thought, well, my goodness, it only took you 4 hours to deliver that one, and that is just absolutely perfect. Thank you very much. So I suddenly realized, and I am so aware of this these days, that when I really, really, truly listened to my intuition, this morning's meditation gave me dentist. Came out the meditation, thought, I don't know where my card is. I don't know when I'm going. It must be this week. Phoned them. We'll see you at 1:30 today, Patricia. That's when you're booked in. I did not have it in my diary. again, I was told this is where you need to be, sorted. So I guess I'm really, really getting used now to listening to this intuition, listening to the universe speaking to me, but I'm both transmitting what I need and it's coming my way, and I'm receiving also with open arms. So isn't it about transmitting and receiving? So, what I really believe is this universe is certainly one of my significant others. And I know I have to feed it. I know I have to nourish it. So then I thought, well, okay, if I'm doing that, how then do I actually do that? And two words come immediately into my heart. The first one would be love, because I love this universe totally and completely. And I do my best to demonstrate that every day by loving myself, by loving those around me, my husband, my little dog, all of that, and telling them. I think it's an important thing to tell people that you love them. And a lot of people struggle with that because they're not used to even saying that to themselves. They find it difficult to love themselves because they judge themselves as wanting. So I want you just to ask yourself right now, how often do you say that to other people in your lives? And those of you who are not in relationship, perhaps, who are on your own, are you saying it enough to yourself? Are you saying it enough to the universe? And if you are on your own and would like to step into a relationship, have you actually given your order, if you like, to the cosmic kitchen? You put in your order and said, well, I would really like this person. They need to be this, and this, and all the rest of it, and being really specific. Because you see, the universe loves you being specific. It doesn't want a fudgy thing, because then it'll send you all kinds of fudge, probably. So be specific if you're ready, if you feel you're ready for that next step and stepping into a beautiful relationship with another human being. But there again, the first step is placing that order with the universe. So yeah, okay, for me, this is without doubt my significant other. And we're expressing it, we're feeding and nourishing it with love. But the other thing that undoubtedly feeds and nourishes the universe is gratitude. Gratitude for every single thing that already is with you, is in your life. And again, the minutiae of that is important, going to a really pedantic level. The air I breathe, the water I drink, the food I eat, the pen I'm writing with, the paper I write on, all that kind of thing is so important, because you're acknowledging how the universe is showing up in your life. Because remember, we are all one. We are all source. We are all the universe. The universe is in me, it's in you. We are heart connected. We're soul connected. There is no separation. So, as you are loving and grateful to this universe of which you are a part, and it's part of you, then you're giving that to yourself. So there you are. The folk that think the most significant relationship you have is with yourself are also correct. Nobody's wrong. Everybody's opinion is valuable here. And you'll all be thinking, well, I think it's this, that, or could be this. You're right. You see, what you think is important, what you feel is important, and you have your very own spin, your very own slant on how you feel about the universe and how it plays such a huge part is our life, and we're not separate. So let me tell you another amazing story. About 12 years ago, my husband Bill had built this amazing place, a round wooden house, 10-sided. And it kind of looked like a spaceship in the distance, and it was set in 5.5 acres of beautiful ground, mostly birch trees. And then we built big ponds and we planted it up, and we had little bridges going over islands, and his son came over from Ireland to help us build bridges. And that's what they did. And then, unfortunately, the business that we had together went belly up, as they say. And we had to sell all of this magnificent place. And it was with deep regret that we left. But the day before we left, a beautiful friend of mine, a psychic, a remote viewer, he worked for the CIA, and he came out to visit us. And he stood beside us on the decking and he said, you know what, guys? This place will come back to you. This place will come back to you. And at the time when you were facing what we were facing, it wasn't pleasant, wasn't great, but we did what we had to do. And I thought, gosh, wouldn't that be wonderful if you were right? But where I'm standing right now, no way. So off we go. 12 years later, here we are in a totally different part of Scotland. And about a month ago now, we had gone to visit the neighbours at this place who had said to us, please, please, please come and visit because we miss you and all this. So we went along and we couldn't see the round wooden house because all the trees we'd planted had grown up. And it was kind of as if spiders had woven a web around it. You couldn't see it. It was mystical. And what we did then was we went over to look at it because the neighbours could tell us it had been empty for a long time. Well, the bottom line, this is quite a long story, but the bottom line is that we are going to be moving back to that house next month because the universe has deemed it to be so. Not because we've bought it, but because we've come to an arrangement. We've to rejuvenate it, regenerate it, and really get it right back up to where it was. And it's got beautiful lodges in the grounds and an ideal place for me to run beautiful shamanic workshops and obviously Magdalene ones too, retreats as well. So, the universe has your back. And there's this word, inevitable. I don't think it matters where the paths of destiny, if you like, they weave round and take you away off here and away off there. But there is an overall plan. And somehow or other, that beautiful house with its grounds is part of our plan. And the universe has made it happen. We didn't push it. The universe brought it back to us. So maybe now you're understanding how it is. I have such great faith that the universe has our backs and it's hearing every word because I know it's really making Bill's heart and soul sing that he's going back there, and mine too. And I'm quite surprised about that because I wasn't in at the beginning of the building of that. So just be aware that the universe, I guess my mum used to say to me, what's for you'll no go by you. That's a real good old Glasgow saying, what's for you won't go past you. It will find its way to you. So when you write your list that you're going to describe this beautiful, significant other, and you're going to be detailed, then be aware that that individual will come in. And it's about really knowing that. It actually goes beyond belief now. For me, it's totally beyond believing it. I know it. I know that whatever I put out there, the universe is going to say, okay, here it comes. And that's just perfect. And the other thing that's perfect is we had the most amazing retreat in France, the Magdalene retreat. It was just the power of the healing going on for both the individuals and for the Cathar land there and all the horrific genocide that was conducted there. It was a big job, and some of us were put through horrible situations, but we came through because the power of the light was really healing, and we had a golden pillar of light. It was just fabulous. So yes, powerful, powerful work. And we're going to do another one on the Côte d'Azur in May. We're going to La Baume, we're going to Sainte-Marie-sur-la-Mer, lots of beautiful places where she walked and talked. You know what's fascinating is that in France, they kind of take it as a given that Mary Magdalene was married to Jesus and had children. It's given, all the stainless steel windows with a very pregnant Mary Magdalene depicted and all of that. Quite not commonplace, but much more common than it is here, and people know all about it. So it's interesting, that kind of thing fascinates me. We're much more still immersed, if you like, in the more Christian story. Anyway, I deviate. We already have 3 people booked on the Côte d'Azur one, and I've only just put it out there. So it's really exciting. So, okay, intimate relationship with the universe. How are we going to feed it? How are you going to feed any intimate relationship? The one you have with your partner, your hubby, your wife, whoever's watching, how are you going to feed that? How could you feed it? You know what it's about? For me, I'm in my 3rd marriage, okay? It's that I've had to learn to really listen and reflect rather than try to fix. Fixing is a tremendously sort of masculine thing to do, because you'll notice that if you are in a relationship, quite often the man tries to fix the woman, or the more male partner would try to fix anything you come up against. And just take it from me, it's a far better thing to do than stepping into fixing. It's just to reflect. You feel such and such, rather than say, oh, well, I think you should do. And the reason I can say that with authority is I absolutely hate it when someone tries to fix me. The only fixers I like are the ones that I've paid usually quite a lot of money to for coaching or therapy, and they've got some kind of hat they wear that kind of qualifies them to be sharing that with me, and in which case I lap it up because I absolutely love that. But you know what I mean when somebody's trying to fix and constantly getting in at you perhaps and trying to judge and criticize. Now that's where I then have to say, yeah, is that mirroring? Is that showing you that you give yourself a hard time? Do you listen to yourself? Do you criticize yourself? Do you judge yourself? Can you let that go? Choose to let it go. I am now letting that go. I no longer need to criticize or judge myself. I'm loving myself. I'm being grateful for myself. And you know what? There are thousands of coaches out there, really good. We have good quality therapists and coaches in the United Kingdom. So, if you feel you need a bit of help to get rid of some of that kind of stuff in inverted commas, get onto the local directory and see who's available, because there's beautiful work out there. And I can really recommend, for example, Sarah Jane, who runs the Gift of Healing TV platform. She's operating with vocal, Reiki, sound, all that kind of thing. She's available down south. Loads of people in Scotland. Just go on to Google whatever it is you need to know. But for goodness sake, keep working to cleanse your instrument. I really feel strongly about that. So watch for mirroring, because healing always starts with you. It's easy to project. See that one finger that goes out there? Well, you said such and such. Just remember, 3 fingers pointing right back at you, and the thumb is connected to source, so the source in the universe listening to every word. So it's about awareness, isn't it? It's about not doing the knee-jerk reaction and kicking off when one of your buttons is pressed. It is about becoming aware of the buttons and thinking, okay, why do I react like that when he or she says something like that? Why is that making me angry? Why am I this? Why am I that? And it's about going within, meditating. You must all be totally fed up with me saying meditate, but all the answers are within you. And dialogue with that wonderful universe, the wonderful source, the one that tells me to go to the dentist today, listens to my order for Epsom salts, all these things, brings our beautiful house back to us because it knows we're the ones that need to be there. It's like a spaceship. So we've got to get this spaceship out there spreading love and spreading light. That is what it's all about, isn't it? And doing it with fun, doing it with laughter. Because, you know, I just write, I do sort of mind maps while I'm preparing to speak to you on the show. And one of the things that came in for tonight about mystical recipes, if you like, to enhance your relationships. So have a look at this. Here it is. Here is my relationship. And this symbolizes my relationship with my other half, who's here, my husband, okay? And I chose rose quartz because it's all about love. That crystal is all about love. And I chose the pyramid because it's a solid structure. And I want my relationship to be stable, solid, supporting. He's a Templar Knight. I need him to be protecting me, caring for me, and he does that, absolutely. But also this symbol I have on my altar. And I have a little altar in the bedroom. It's not a complicated thing. It really isn't. It has a few symbols, pieces that really mean a lot to me and signify certain things. And this one I power up every day with love and gratitude. Love and gratitude to the universe for bringing me such a wonderful man who supports me, loves me in everything I do. And as I have learned to do that, because we've been together 10 years, we've known each other 16, lived together for 16 years, and we've had our ups and downs like any other couple would. However, since I started with this little baby and powering it up, how do I power it up? With love and with sound. And that's where sound comes in. Everything I do with the voice. You know that. So, okay, it's like, how are we going to do that? Ma, just make a sound. And then bring in that power of intention. I'm powering my relationship up with love. I'm powering up with gratitude. Because I know that as I power this symbol of that up, it's going to feed the entity that is the relationship, not the person, but that bit in the middle where we cross over, where we heart harmonize. It forms its very own energy field. And that's what I'm sounding. I love you and don't you forget it. You know, singing these wee songs, there are millions of songs written about love. You know, use them. Somebody's already thought up the words. Look at the Beatles. Love, 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 da, 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 da. You know, and when you do that kind of thing first in the morning, you're going to think you're nuts. Everybody else will think you're nuts too. But the bottom line is you'll laugh, you'll brighten, you'll lift your vibration, and you'll sail into the day, and you will feel good. And I guarantee you that. So all you need to do is go into meditation, visualization, and visualize your beautiful relationship with your significant other. And on your visualization level, be singing to that, be sending love to it, giving gratitude to it. Now, if you don't have a significant other, you may well want to tell the universe what your order is, put your order in, or if you're very happy on your own, love and gratitude to the universe, let that be your significant relationship. Or yourself, look in the mirror in the morning, sound and sing, raise your vibration. And it's so easy to do, sound and singing. Sarah's with me on that one. We just love doing that. And it raises the roof, quite literally. Makes you laugh, makes you smile. And why not do a bit of dancing at the same time? So that would be my recommendations. Some of that quite mystic, some of it quite deep, some of it straightforward. But you know, the overriding thing in all of this is love, loving yourself, being grateful. I'll tell you what I'm really grateful for, and that's I'm grateful for being on the planet at this time, because it's so mightily powerful, is it not? And we are in the midst of huge, huge shifts. There you are. Sarah's just put up a lovely affirmation. I am the love of my life. I love that. Let's put that to music. I am the love of my life. I am the love of my life. You know, come up with something daft, something simple, but keep singing and keep smiling and keep sounding. Thank you, Sarah. That was just perfect. You know, really, I can't emphasize it enough. To have fun. You know what? You're only here once, and you need to truly, truly occupy your life. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't put off till tomorrow or next week or any of that stuff. Just get in there and say, okay, universe, here's what I need. Here's my list for this cosmic kitchen, da-di-da-di-da-di-da, whatever it happens to be. And just love it into being. Be grateful for it arriving already. It's arrived already. It's made manifest. It's made manifest because you've created it already. And whatever you can create and conceive up here in the right brain, bring it down into your womb and birth it. And that's the divine feminine, the goddess. Now, I've got one eye on my watch. I need to watch time. So what I'm just going to reiterate is my website is being changed as we are speaking by the beautiful Lisa Macareo from Social Media Bloom. And she does all that kind of work for me. And she is at this very website, and I'm going to tell you why I have radically changed in the last few months. And I have made up my mind that I'm just going to do everything that makes me joyful, happy, laughing, loving. And I'm going to be running retreats. I'm going to be running sounding and singing retreats and all kinds of stuff. We're just going to, you know what, we're going to have fun. And I'm going to be out, I'm doing a gig quite soon in Glasgow, doing a lot of spiritual comedy as well as spiritual teaching. So if you fancy a laugh, watch out for that. But yeah, huge shift in direction for me. I'm going to be back on this platform, hopefully a fortnight today. Just need to firm up with Sarah. But and I think maybe I'll be doing some interviews, because you know what my remit is to help people open their hearts to love, be more of love, bring it into their lives more, have fun, occupy their lives. But I also know beautiful people who are already doing that. They're working away at it. So I thought I might do some lovely interviews just for your information, so that you know what's on offer, what's available, and who's doing what. So website www.patricia-iris-kerins.com. I put it up on the notes there. Do log on. It will be going up fairly gradually. Most importantly, the new retreats are starting next year. Last few months here, I'll be doing some bits in Glasgow. I'm doing some recording of music in Glasgow and doing a few gigs, and then we'll be moving. So we'll be looking more towards 2017. But you know what? It's been my great privilege, my great honour to work with you this evening. I hope something just maybe clicked for you there, or you got a wee bit of information that you hadn't thought on before. It's all good, and lots of love to you all. We will keep you posted on Facebook and various other ways to let you know what's coming up next. All righty, have a lovely rest of evening, afternoon or morning, wherever you are. Lots of love to you all. Bless you for joining me. Take care. Bye for now.